so small. This didn't look like this.
I was
that
like,
also comes with the proper lens selection, like a super wide angle versus a 24 versus a 50 versus 35 all have different compressions. Some will make the further things look closer than the actual art. There's a lot to it. That's why hiring a professional photographer is super crucial.
One
They actually
hundo.
have these understandings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Like when I see a
don't just hire like
listing,
a wedding photographer. It's a completely different environment. Yes, you have a camera. Yes, you're a professional photographer, but architecture and real estate is completely different than those types of subjects, I should say.
Yeah. Amanda, what were you gonna say?
I don't know.
I'll think about it at 10:30 tonight. You can text me. Let me know. Or not.
I'm already over it.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I know when I first started, I mean, I have a good camera. I got a good lens that, whatever that would fit the room. Yeah. And I took decent pictures, decent enough. But man, to make the switch to using a professional was 100%.
When you start thinking about it, a lot of it is the post-processing and understanding that post-process procedure, whether it be Photoshop, whether it be Lightroom, whether it be combining, like I'll take what is called as an HDR shot or a bracketed shot, which is actually 8 shots of the same thing, all at different exposures, and I'll bring them in, I'll stack them, and I'll take one flash, and then I'll go ahead and paint in the light over the shadow so it actually looks exposed for the windows so it's not all blown out. Like that's the processing thing that most people realize. I'm just gonna go take this photo and post it.
You know what it was?
Completely different.
Yeah, for me it was always like I would take a picture and then I'd get it home to edit it and I would see like the towels were uneven or like
where you get
some.
I don't know if you've seen any of my story lately, but like there's a bucket that I totally missed, and I'm like, well, shoot, darn it. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna open this up in Photoshop. Check this out, and I'm a little tutorial like kind of how to do it.
Yeah,
so, like,
it was
a good
cool.
photographer is somebody that's gonna be like, okay, and catch those things and put the best foot forward.
Right. What do you think of the fisheye lens?
We try to stay away from that because there's no curvy lines like that in real architecture.
I always laugh when I see pictures like that, and usually it's with a for sale by owner listing. You'll see it because they're trying to get the whole room.
Anyway. It's bad.
Like
no, the fisheye is bad. Where like this,
panoramic.
It looks like it's so bad.
so
I
bad.
love it though. I mean, they try. Give them the credit.
Listen.
They understand.
Yeah. Yes. I think you're trying. You did it.
That's funny.
Good. Cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
Cheers. Oh yeah, we forgot to toast. Cheers. Like.
What's the toast to? Oh, look at this. Why am I the only one with the clear glass?
Mine's
wait,
dirty.
that's okay. I need one of those.
You do need one of these. We got the. Yeah. See, there it is.
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
We're a little late on the toast, but so do you have, as far as real estate agents go, homeowners, whatever, what kind of tips? Like what should, I guess
as far as getting your home ready?
Yeah.
Just for a photo day, I would say. Yeah.
I would say before leading up to photo day, yes, you can hire the photographer to make your grass green in post-processing. But I say, hey, spend a little bit of time, green up your grass, water it. Try that for a little bit.
Don't water your keyboard.
That's never a good idea.
Definitely don't. You were running a sprinkler before. You trying to sell your house? Did your photographer tell you the same thing? No, but seriously, I literally just I'm working with a client doing a luxury piece right now. I just posted a piece from it. And he was like, yeah, can you come and shoot this? And I want to go ahead and put my Ferrari on the lawn and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be dope, but your lawn is burnt right now. Burnt. I was like, do me a favor, throw some water on this for the next week. And
can you green it up?
I just got it. Well, I can, but it's deceiving when the client comes there and that's not what it looks like.
That's not what that house looked like.
I think it's fine.
No, but if that's the case, hey, not a problem. I guess it's not worth the investment. Not a problem. But,
Ohio in the summer, that grass dries out in a day.
Right.
It's so bad. But I've definitely like showed up to a client's house with some flowers and some soil and prepped up their boxes for them. So I knew I was gonna take. Oh, absolutely. That's a service I offer.
Full service photographer.
A good photographer. Like, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. It's kind of fun.
He does landscaping
too. For me, it's about building relationships. That's why I even agreed to do this. Y'all are cool. Yeah, we've been instant friends for a while. So
we are pretty cool. Hey, you did get a question though. We are pretty cool. Ask anyone who hangs out with us. They'll tell you. Stephen Helmrich.
Okay.
A bit ago, he said, "You speak the truth." And I don't remember what the conversation was at that point, but he says, when you are using your drone for your aerials, do you ask that all Wi-Fi in the house is turned off as well?
Actually, no. I haven't had any problems with this. Typically, my aerial drones, I'm using it for the specifics of getting aerial, which typically means I'm pretty far away, getting more of an establishing shot of the land. But I have had instances, good call, Stephen, by the way, to where when you're too close to a house and they have a really good internet signal, you can get some crossovers. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to say, hey, for the moment, while I'm doing these low pans and close to your house with my machine, go ahead and cut your signal off. But I haven't done that, and I haven't had any problems yet, but I can see where that's been a problem.
What would happen? Would it just stop recording, or would it like drop
no, it's
out of
not
the sky?
Stop recording. It's the GPS and the Wi-Fi signal between the radio and the transmitter. You have what is called a flyways. By the way, I'm a licensed drone pilot, and I'm licensed by the FAA, and you have to be a licensed drone pilot in order to collect or use commercially drone footage or photos. So realtors, by the way, be careful. If you are dealing with somebody who is unlicensed, they can be fined $250,000, and you can be fined $25,000 for hiring an unlicensed pilot. We have this little thing issued by the federal government. It's the FAA license. I should cover up my numbers and stuff. But I'm a federally licensed drone pilot so that I can commercially, legally capture footage and use it for marketing.
That's funny. I had no idea.
Yes.
No idea.
Things I'm full of knowledge, ladies. What else can help you?
Clearly.
Get some more wine in me. Let's do this.
Share.
We'll be here all night.
I'm giving away secrets. Y'all are going to be over like, Phil, guess what? I got my drone license and I bought a Adobe Creative Suite. Forget you. We don't need you anymore.
I have my own drone license.
All of this, I'm like, thank goodness I'm not a photographer. You know, it's just like you think everybody else's job's so hard. I know.
It's a lot of pressure. Y'all realtors though.
I think we have a lot of pressure too.
So let me talk to you guys from a photographer's point of view.
Oh dear.
About the realtor.
Yes.
Y'all are awesome. No, I'm kidding. Y'all are great. I have nothing bad to say. You find the right realtor and they respect a good photographer, there's nothing bad to say. So, but I have had some very particular and agents that wanted things a certain way, and you have to do it that way, even if it's against what you know is best for the photo. So a good photographer won't always 100% up. We'll explain it, we'll say, but ultimately it's what the client wants, and we have to give it to you guys. So
I can't even imagine having that kind of opinion. Like, what would that be like on a luxury listing, or I mean?
No, just in like we want to move this. Well, you took this photo, now we want to move this, and I'm like, I've already taken that photo. That's why I don't mind the people in the house and the agent in the house, but sometimes it can get in the way because you've already taken a photo. And now they want you to go back because they doctored up a room and they didn't understand the flow of the house that you were doing, especially when shooting a video. I try to keep it a nice, solid flow. And if you did something and want me to go back, I kind of have to shoot the whole thing over again because I don't want to piece it together sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
It can be really difficult.
Amanda, do you go to the photography?
Not anymore. No.
You used to? I never have.
I did sometimes, like if I felt like I needed to kind of check on the house, just to make sure that
and I don't mind that
done.
because there are some things that I don't know that they might have moved that you had pre-planned the day before and said, don't move this.
Yeah. Well,
I've had that to where they come like, I didn't put that there yesterday when we staged this whole house. Why is it back?
Right. During appointments, like listing appointments, I'll tell them like, I'll give them chores. to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't do the chores, like I would like to go check to make sure that it looked good and like not look good, but like look to where.
Look good.
Yeah.
Look good.
Just say it. You look good.
Yeah, so I check, and my clients have been really, really good, but like I hate being surprised with the photos. So I'm like, but like I actually, it's always been a good surprise that they did exactly what I told them to do. So, but I did like to go just check to make sure that it was done. And like my clients liked me to be there just in case, you know, or for me to walk through the house just in case, like before, or like, should they move a pillow here or a pillow there? Or,
absolutely.
You know, just kind of check on things. So
do you have a list of stuff that, like if someone was going to use you, that, whatever, like a list of hints for the homeowner to do, or like things like keep the windows open or lighting?
I typically go through and check certain things because they're like even out all the blinds. Turn off fans and photos.
Yeah, fans, blinds, toilet seats. Toilet seats are like the number one thing.
Toilet seats down, man. Come on. I try to put clutter away. If I see like, even if it's a toothbrush nicely placed out.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, I don't want to touch it. So please don't be picky if I say,
I know.
No offense or anything like this, but that's not for me to touch. So please, if the photographer is saying, hey, can you touch this up or can you do this? Don't give him a hard time and don't get frustrated with him. He's literally not just trying to be picky. He's literally trying to get the best photo for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's
that's what the things that I would
saying,
do.
hey, can you move that towel? Or hey, can you move that laundry basket? Hey, can you stash that in the closet? We feel bad saying that. So I often say, hey, if I see anything out of place, can I please just move it so I don't have to ask you? But things like toothbrush and personal items,
I'll go through and I'll just stuff things in drawers and I'm like,
closets.
Sorry. Hope you can find it later. I told you to clear surfaces off.
This is not a clear surface.
That's like Photoshop out the corner of a baby high chair because we stashed it in the hallway and part of the corner leg was sticking out and I'm like, man, all right, Photoshop, get rid of that real quick.
All the afters stuff that you don't see.
Thanks. It's fun, but hey, I'll put it on my Instagram and let you know I forgot about it.
Yeah, I think too, the way people live, like you just, like I have stuff out. I just wouldn't think about putting it away or putting it somewhere else.
Why I staged this right now. If you look just outside of the frame, it is completely trashed. So I get cinema magic. I get it.
That's funny. So with the drone stuff, would you suggest that that's, you know, I think we tend to see it more with a higher end listing, like, you know, something on a lot of property or would you say that that's suitable for every kind of listing, anything and everything?
With Instagram right now, I think having that short little 15 to 30 second, 20 second little, just exterior sizzle video. Yeah. Just something like I said, I kind of throw those in my packages because I know that that's going to make you build a relationship with you guys. And I don't mind doing those. Those are real simple. Those are fun for me. It builds my portfolio. But I don't feel some properties require it necessarily. Yeah. Especially in tight, dense urban neighborhoods, it can be a little tough. There's a lot we have to worry about as the pilot. Oh, yeah, for doing it. You took a deep breath like...
No, well, I was going to say, or would it be helpful in those areas to show exactly, I mean, because part of it, you don't want to deceive a buyer. And half the time, people are seeing, I mean, like I said, I can't even tell you how many times we've gone into a home and they're like, I had no idea it was like this. I had no idea it was like this around here.
I personally try to promote the aerial to every client. I think it is super important, but I have come across cases where it wasn't important to them. Yeah. But I try to emphasize the importance of it because it gives you the full grand establishing view. And especially most photographers don't have the license to do it. So to have this as part of that real quick hit, sizzle, get their attention. Wow, that's a view I've not seen of this property before. it can be done really well, especially for just a still photography.
Well, I'll tell you that I would totally pay for that. Like I mean, I would love that for Instagram.